Play ball, Chase Field ready for opening day. D-backs hosting Fan Fest on Saturday. Showing off the new Jumbotron, announcing the D-backs will celebrate the 25th anniversary of that 01 World Series team. Official reunion day, September 19th against the Yankees. The AC won't be fully fixed until next season, but for the fourth straight year, the D-backs are increasing payroll. Ownership keeping their promise.
You know, I remember saying last year on the record that we needed to reduce our payroll and that we were going to, and I'm here today to say I lied. We didn't do so well last year. We didn't make money last year.
I want us to be successful. I want our fans to feel that we are committed to investing every dollar possible and putting the best team we can put together on the field. And I feel like we owe it to the fans to go all in to the degree we can, and hopefully that our investment will pay off.
That all-in commitment to the roster was front and center today at the facility. It was Zach Gallen's first day back with the team after signing a one-year deal. It looked like Gallen had thrown his last pitch for the Snakes, and it looked like the D-backs would have to rebuild that rotation with others. Jake Garcia on the unlikely reunion.
The Diamondbacks didn't think there was any way they'd be able to bring back both Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly. Gallen and Kelly had accepted their fates as well. The team was strapped for cash, and the pitchers wanted to maximize free agency. But a change of heart on both sides changed everything. Like a backdoor breaking ball, this sight at spring training is catching everyone off guard. The D-backs running it back with Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen, an unlikely outcome.
Going in the offseason, we both kind of knew most likely it would only be one of us.
Gallen thought he'd be the odd man out. Kelly signed first. Gallen was weighing intriguing options.
We did have multi-year offers out there, which was nice from the security standpoint.
It was security against familiarity, a decision Kelly had faced months prior.
San Diego had a pretty good offer on the table that was a 3-year guarantee.
Both pitchers were pitching their case, emphasizing their free agency freedom.
We were very vocal when we talked to Hayes and in the front office that the hometown discount wasn't necessarily on the table.
In the end, a cutthroat business decision became something deeper.
I've always been pretty outspoken on the fact that I enjoy being here. I like being here. I take pride in being a D-back for as long as I can.
The allure of Arizona.
There's something about growing up here from an adult standpoint and then also from a baseball standpoint.
Gallen no longer fretting financials.
As players, we're fortunate enough to make the amount of money we do already. So I think getting greedy in that sense was kind of silly.
Kelly says the sidewinding path always had the same destination.
I think everyone knew at the end of the day that our heart was here, and this was team number one for sure.
Kelly's locked in as the D-backs opening day starter, and Gallen will slot in somewhere behind him. Torey Lovullo said today he'll have to slow play Gallen at the start of spring. He's thrown 5 bullpens this year, but none of them in front of the D-back staff.
'Tis the season for watching baseball on the lawn. The Diamondbacks play their first Cactus League game here at Salt River Fields tomorrow. Thomas Hatch will be starting against the Rockies. With so many Diamondbacks playing in the World Baseball Classic at the beginning of March, manager Torey Lovullo says you can expect to see his new corner infielders and everyday starters in the outfield early in spring training to get some game reps.
Normally they wouldn't be, but I'm trying to fast forward this as much as possible because the entire infield is going to play in the WBC, so I want to get them on the field.
A dozen D-backs will be competing on the world stage. Nolan Arenado is playing for Puerto Rico, while Geraldo Perdomo, Ketel Marte, and Carlos Santana are representing the Dominican Republic.
This is second time to Marte, first time to Perdomo. Perdomo, he's excited for that. He asked me so many questions for that. I say, hey, try to have fun.
This will be Santana's 3rd trip to the WBC. He helped the DR team win it all in 2013. Japan is the team to beat, but Michael Soroka anticipates more parity with elite players representing their countries.
You know, I think it kind of used to be a bit of a 2-country competition between the States and the Dominican a little bit, and the Canadian team this year were as strong as we've ever been too.
At Salt River Fields, Lena Washington, 12 Sports.
Spring training.
Yeah,
here we go.
Here we go. So y'all ready to go to some spring training games?
Sure, why not?
Already talking about
I know, like it. The weather's nice. It's a beautiful day out there today. Listen, this D-backs team, they're going to get back a lot of key players about midway point of the season. So if they could just hold on, be in contention till then, this team can make a playoff run. And one of the best parts about this team is a new guy on the team. Guys, his name is Nolan Arenado. He's their 3rd baseman. From the moment he arrived at spring training, look at that big old smile.
Aww.
He's been the happiest guy out there. The D-backs, of course, trading for him in the offseason. They got him on a discount from the St. Louis Cardinals. Simply put, guys, this guy, is one of the greatest baseball players to ever play. He is that good. A 10-time Gold Glove winner. He brings sound defense, much-needed leadership to the clubhouse. We see that like every day. He is working with guys nonstop, giving them tips, helping them out. Look at this, fans lining up to get his autograph. 34 years old, and says he's still got plenty left in the tank.
I feel good. I've been working really hard on my swing and working on different things. I'm really excited to be here. It's a new chapter in my life. I'm thankful for all the chapters I had in Colorado. I'm thankful for St. Louis. I'm thankful for all the people there. But it's a new time for me. The game keeps moving on. Nobody feels bad for you. You got to keep moving on. And I have an opportunity here to help this team win ball games. And I do believe we have a good group here. I really enjoy my time so far with them. And we expect to do great things.
How close do you feel to the guy who won, 10 Gold Gloves in a row? Like,
Yeah.
do you feel like you're still that guy deep down?
Yeah, I think so. I can't take ground balls every day now. Like I used to. I used to be able to take ground balls nonstop every day and be like, I'm great to go tomorrow. Now I got to be smart about it. I got to take my days here and there as far as workload goes. I have to be in the gym a little bit more. This is day 3 of ground balls in a row. I haven't taken 3 days of ground balls in a row since last year or for a little while. But the fact that I'm able to move well, make my throws, and not feel so sore the next day or that night, I think that's a great sign for me as a 34-year-old. But there's no reason why I shouldn't go out there and be in the running for the Gold Glove again. That's what I expect.
2 things that come out of this interview. One, Tram was like 34. Isn't that a little old? In baseball years,
in athlete
yeah.
years.
In baseball, it's getting up there. You're right, Trey.
Thank you.
And Troy.
He's not a kid.
Yeah, and you heard him. He admitted that he's not the same kid that used to take thousands of ground balls every day, in his early years. But he's still one of the best third basemen in baseball. Had a little bit of a down year last year, but he thinks coming to the D-backs, playing with this infield who he's got, which features some of the other best players in baseball, will help him. And it's already helped him in spring training. And he thinks hitting at Chase Field will help his bat even more, kind of have a resurgence. And Troy pointed out his hair. Fantastic hair.
Yeah.
He does have great hair.
Hall of Fame.
That hair.
Not at all? It didn't flow like that? It
Much
didn't
more
stay?
forehead. Had a lot more real estate up there than he had, for sure.
Much more forehead. All right.
Yeah.
So he's not too old yet, and he's got great hair. There we go.
And still great hair.
There we go.
All right, that's the
Check.
takeaway.
All right,
Okay.
cool.
Cam, what's the lowdown on Dre Jameson?
Yeah, Mark, we're about to tell you. Listen, he's another arm they could really count on in the bullpen. He's got closer stuff, and we all know the D-backs looking for a closer these days. It's been approaching 3 years since Dre Jameson has made any sort of impact for the D-backs. The 2019 first-round pick has battled a series of injuries and knows that this could be kind of a make-or-break year for him. Jake Garcia reports on his unconventional cure he's found that's helped heal his arm.
A Diamondbacks fan is asking the hard-hitting question.
How's your arm feeling, Dre?
It's an arm that's been hit hard by injury.
Hoping to see you out there again throwing 100.
Another spring training where Dre Jameson is out to prove that he's healthy, that his body is more than a ticking time bomb.
I just realized I'm getting older. So you gotta take care of the body a little more.
Jameson is now 28 years old, and he hasn't thrown 28 innings since 2023. Tommy John surgery cost him almost 2 years. The lingering effects hurt him last season.
Once Tommy John happened, everything's tightened up in the elbow. I'm a guy that's kind of very fast twitch, so things can start clashing a little bit.
The clash was confusing to the medical staff. Doctors struggled to diagnose the problem.
We tried a bunch of things. We thought it was a bone spur. We didn't think it was a bone spur. We didn't want to take the bone spur out if we didn't need to take it out.
But an out-of-left-field solution has fixed him for now.
And then we tried Botox, and Botox cleared it all.
Dre admits he's still a bit stunned.
For me, I thought Botox was more of like muscle to nerve stuff, where I didn't think mine was nerve. So when I heard that, I was like, no way.
His bullpens have passed the test of cosmetics. Dre says he wants to be known for more than just looks.
It's not a pattern, but it's, a process of, TJ to this to hopefully now everything's normal from here on out.
Normality would be nice, even though it's never been his game.
There are the SpongeBob cleats of the right-hander Dre Jameson.
The cleats continue to show Jameson hasn't lost his joy.
I'm not going to hang the cleats up until someone tells me to hang them up.
But with injuries accelerating age, he knows time is ticking.
Nothing's guaranteed. A bad year could be a bad year. Another injury could be the end of, for this organization or for everything, honestly.
At Salt River Fields, Jake Garcia, 12 Sports.
Thanks a lot, Jake. Opening day is on 12 News at the end of March. D-backs and Dodgers. 12 Sports going to be broadcasting live all day long from Dodger Stadium. Don't forget, 12 News will broadcast 11 D-backs games this season for you for free. in prime time. I didn't know that was a way to fix an elbow injury.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Like that came out.
It
left
kills
field.
the pain?
It kills the pain. Man, it helps evereverying out.
Takes all the wrinkles out of his shoulder.
Exactly. No wrinkles in
It just puts it back together. Who knew?
Who knew?
Yeah.
Great. I'm great they found a solution, though, that works.
The Suns back on the court after the All-Star break. They play in San Antonio tomorrow. Devin Booker using this time to get back in shape. Suns, by the way, 7th in the West, just 3 games back of that 3rd spot. 27 games to go before the playoffs. Suns looking like a team that can put a run together. Look at Steve Nash there today. The vision that head coach Jordan Ott and GM Brian Gregory put together is paying off.
Payoff is too strong of a word because we're still in the process, but it's a good feeling to see our competitive level and the joy that our players play the game with. That's rewarding, because I know that those are the framework for what can build successful teams and teams that challenge for championships and teams that continue to improve.
Joining us now, here he is, Frank the Tank, Frank Kaminsky here at studio. Frank, it's good to see you, my friend.
See you too.
Thanks for coming in and talk some ball with us. Let's get your reaction. I know you watched most of the All-Star game. You showed up, watched it on your phone. What did you think of this new format? Did it work?
I think it was a lot of fun. Obviously, the complaint about the All-Star game the last few years has been the lack of competitiveness, guys not taking it seriously. But you saw a couple guys there, specifically Kawhi and Victor Wembanyama and Anthony Edwards, that really kind of propelled it. It started off a little bit slow in the beginning, guys kind of feeling out the new format and everything, but towards the end of the first quarter, first game, or whatever they're gaming, calling it, it kind of took on a life of its own. And that third game, when Kawhi just got hot, that made it a lot of fun. And that's what the fans want to see.
They just want to see a competitive game, right? That's what I think we saw at times today. Is you could tell guys wanted to play a little bit.
Definitely, there's guys out there that definitely wanted to win, and I think that's what makes it so much fun. The fans want to show up and see a competitive product of all the NBA's best players. And when there's guys out there taking it seriously and showcasing and wanting to prove themselves against the other best players in the NBA, the product itself just kind of takes on a life of its own. Life of its own, like it did.
So do you think they stay with it? Or you want to see some tweaks to it at all?
I'd like to see another year of this format. Obviously there's some things that need to be tweaked. I think the run time in between each game was a little bit long. You'd like to see a little bit more fast pace.
It's almost like pickup, like end the game and get on to the next one, right?
And me and you talked about it. The older team, as they were calling it, the old heads, they played 3 games in a row. They played 3 quarters in a row. I think towards the end they ran out of steam in that last game or quarter, whatever we're calling it. It wasn't as good, but yeah, there's some tweaks that can be made, but overall, all in all, fun product.
All right, speaking of fun, last night, your former teammate, Devin Booker, finished 2nd in three-point shooting contest. What'd you make of Book's performance? Did you send him a text after it, say, hey, man, you almost had it?
I didn't, but, I mean, Devin's obviously a fantastic shooter. People say this, sometimes his three-point percentage isn't as high, but he takes a lot of tough threes in a game. So
always.
When you're in a gym, you can grab the ball off the rack where you're comfortable shooting it. He's going to be as competitive as anyone in the world. Choked it a little bit at the end, but he's just proving again that he's one of the best scorers, shooters of a basketball that's really in the game right now.
What was it like to be a teammate of his back in the day?
Oh, it was incredible. He made life so easy for everyone around him, not only from a basketball standpoint because of his skill and how good of a player he is, but as a person, he's just one of one. He was so fun to play with. Yeah. He really got guys involved. As a locker room leader, he's really not afraid to be vocal. So I'm blessed that I played with him. He led us to a finals, really took us there. He was the one we leaned on that whole season. So I'm really thankful for my chance to play with him and the relationship that we still have.
Book in the finals was that playoff run was unbelievable. Frank, listen, I know you're going to be working with the Suns broadcast a lot the back half of the year. We'll see you a lot. We saw you right before the All-Star break. What do you make of this new team led by Jordan Ott and Book and the guys that they've added?
They've definitely changed the culture in a short amount of time. It's apparent when you watch them. They play hard. They play defense. It's a far cry from what last year was.
Sure.
I mean, over under 31.5 wins before the season. They've eclipsed that at the All-Star break. It's just a lot of guys that came in and played hard. Dylan Brooks brought the intensity, and you can tell that
villain, they needed that villain, right?
That villain.
Yeah.
A lot of good role players. I think they've made some good moves here. Picking up Haywood Highsmith recently, I think, is going to be a good move for them as a team because they're going to be gearing up here. It's all about playoff seeding. And the one thing that, you know, I say and we say on the broadcast too is they haven't been healthy, fully healthy this season.
We're waiting. Yeah.
So once they get everybody back after the break, get this little rest, hopefully have a full roster, hopefully they'll be able to take off. And you don't want to be in the play-in. You want to be able to be in, but
I think they'll be right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they'll be in the top 6 the way they've been playing. But you're right, the play-in wouldn't be, but it would be cool to see them get in one of those top 6 spots. Another one of your teammates, we'll get you out here on this, Chris Paul, retiring. What was it like to play with the great CP3, the point guard?
When you talk about greats in the NBA and people from my life, I remember growing up watching Chris Paul play.
As we all did, right?
Yeah. So having the opportunity to play with him was incredible. I mean, you want to talk about a point guard that just makes life easy for a big. He always had me in the right spots, really helpful, and I'm lucky that I got to be there when he made his first finals. Great person. When we traded for him and he came in, he immediately took on that leadership role. We had a lot of young guys that he really mentored. He was a big voice in the locker room, and his basketball IQ is unmatched.
Yeah.
Just the way he saw the game was something for myself. Like, it kind of changed the way that I viewed the game. And I thought I knew a lot, 5-6 years into my NBA career. But fantastic person. Happy that I got to play with him. The legend of the NBA that I got to play with. So it was really cool, and I'm really happy for him. Obviously, the ending, maybe not how he envisioned it, but Mount Rushmore of best point guards in NBA history. I think he's on it.
There we go. Book it, because Frank the Tank said it. Frank, listen, not retired, 8 years in the league, did some playing overseas. What do you remember about your career when you think back on it?
So many good memories. I mean, obviously my time here in Phoenix was amazing. I had so much fun. Being able to play in the finals was incredible.
Yeah.
I'm just really thankful that I got to play with a lot of different people, play in some different cities, experience basketball all over the world. Like you said, played overseas for a year, so that was a lot of fun. It's just been fun.
Yeah.
Love playing.
It's just different, man, when you get all those experiences.
Yeah.
One I have to ask you about, when, of course, during that finals run, one of the more memorable scenes was this scene at the airport. You chugged this beer that a fan threw you, I would assume, threw it up in the air. I don't think it ever came down. Take me through this moment. What do you remember?
That thing's still up in orbit. It's funny, we were coming back from the plane, and Jay Crowder had his phone on the plane, and people were sending him videos of all the fans lining the airport, something we didn't even think about. So I left my car at the airport and made Mikhail drive me home. I just wanted to experience. That's always me. I'm big on experiences, wanting to immerse myself with all the fans, and obviously you never know when you're going to be able to experience something like this again. So I just wanted to enjoy it to its fullest, and I think I did that.
The beard, by the way, no longer clean shave, Frank.
More clean shaven now. That was a playoff rally beard.
There we go. We got about 30 seconds left here. Obviously, congratulations, the birth of your son, Frankie the fourth. Just what's it like being a parent?
It's the best. There truly is nothing like it. Me and my wife are so blessed with him. He's been amazing. Obviously, I get to carry on my family name. That's something that was important to me. But I'll raise him to be a basketball player. He's already huge. So 99th percentile in size, no shockers there. So.
Yeah, Frank, by the way, the tallest person to ever come in this building. Tough year for the Sun Devils, too, as well. Likely no postseason hopes for them, and it could be Bobby Hurley's last year at ASU. But they continue to, knock on the door. And did you stay up late, really late last night, to watch the upset of the night in college basketball? ASU beat number 13 Texas Tech, winning 72-67. Devils were the better team just all night. Don't look now. Bobby Hurley's squad has won 3 of their last 4 games. Still a long shot for postseason life, but there's no quit in these Devils whatsoever, especially for Coach Hurley. Earlier in the day, he told Doug Haller of the New York Times he still believes he's in his coaching prime. Now, there's been a lot of talk about his future at ASU. Coach Hurley isn't ready to roll over yet.
Well, I don't care about doubters, what people say, and all that stuff. I mean, I've coached against some of the best coaches in the country. I've been doing it now for 11 years here, and so I feel like I'm in my element, that I could go toe-to-toe with anybody. So I'm very confident in my abilities, but for me to have that confidence, you need to have guys like I have and the players that I played tonight. When you have guys that fight and battle like that, then there's going to be a level of confidence on my end too, in my abilities.
Yeah, Bobby Hurley had so much fun coaching this team. And I guess, guys, storming the field of the court against Texas Tech, just the thing at ASU. Remember in the fall when they knocked off number 7 Texas Tech and Tempe? Kenny Dillingham, by the way, improving to 6-1 against ranked teams the past couple of years. Devils were 2 touchdown underdogs in this game. ASU, by the way, fined $50K for storming the field by the Big 12. No worries, this is a fun party.
Oh, they'll cut that check all day long.
Troy, I heard you mention, wasn't he griping about
He was just saying, I can't get through these guys. I can't.
A few weeks ago, there was as raw as we ever heard Bobby Hurley, really emotional. You could just tell, the clock was ticking towards the end. But the one thing that he has said about this team, he really enjoys coaching. They listen to him. They're coachable. And so even after he said all that, Troy, one of the players, Mo Odom, came out after the game and Coach is right. We're not listening to him. He's not getting, we're not doing what he's saying. And so that's been the best part about watching this team is just they don't quit whatsoever. So will they go to the NCAA tournament? Will they make a run in the Big 12 tournament? Likely not. They don't have the talent that other teams have. But, man, it's been fun to see them not quit on Coach Hurley. And I just wish ASU basketball would really start investing in this program moving forward so they can get the proper resources to be competitive.
They're a huge university, and I don't know exactly what it is because, Kenny Dillingham was begging for money, too.
Yeah, true, yeah.
To have that big of a university in this size of a metro market, you would think there'd be, what did he say? He wants a $20 million check
he's just, somebody in PV who's still waiting for that $20 million check. Listen, James Hart has been a big supporter of the basketball team, so hopefully moving forward, the NIL budget gets fixed, and then they update the arena, which they're going to do over the next couple of years because it is one of the worst arenas in college basketball.
It's old.
Yeah, it's old, and so they need to fix that. So get the NIL budget where they can be competitive with other teams, top programs, fix the arena, and we'll see where they go after that. We'll see if Bobby Hurley is still here after this year to finish his story.
I've been a Cardinals fan forever.
Yeah.
I've had tickets forever. And this is great. So this practice facility.
Yeah.
I mean, the public's going to be able to check this out, aren't they?
And Troy, the idea is to make it kind of a shining beacon here in the Valley, right? You know what I mean? Listen, I've been to other teams' practice facilities when the Cardinals travel on the road in Minnesota and in Dallas. These are places the public can go visit, can go hang out, can go see and be connected to your favorite football team. They're almost becoming not a museum type, but a destination for fans to go check out.
They'll have restaurants
all the above.
And
so
destination.
Exactly. Yeah. So the Cardinals are hoping that their new practice facility that they're going to build in North Phoenix is going to be a destination for fans in the Valley. And we got our first look at the groundbreaking ceremony today. Here they are, breaking ground. It's official, folks. Cue to construction. There it is right there. It's located off the Loop 101 and Scottsdale Road next to Desert Ridge in North Phoenix. The Cards' new HQ is going to sit on about 30 acres of a 217-acre plot of land, right? It will be state-of-the-art. All the bells and whistles, locker rooms, you name it, all the above. Move-in date will happen right after training camp in 2028. Look at that. All the big names there. The GM, Trey McBride, Buda Baker. There's the owner right there, Mayor Gallego, new head coach Mike LaFleur. For years, guys, the Cardinals have received poor grades on their facility in the NFL's annual player report card. So was that the driving force into building this?
Feedback's a gift, but also I knew what our plan was, and I was going to make this multi-generational decision when this parcel became available to build the best possible facility and performance center that's player first for the Cardinals and for our future.
To have a state-of-the-art facility like this will only do great things for the community, but also the players as well. And just investing into our futures is definitely exciting.
It just shows how much Michael cares about us and the success of this team, and what he's doing is huge for us, and I'm just excited about what's to come.
Yeah, guys. So Troy just brought this up while listening to that. Yeah, that's the old Coyotes land. That's where they wanted to build that arena here recently before they left town. There's the site there today. So right after that fell through, Michael Bidwell and the Cardinals swooped in to purchase it. And, yeah, what they're going to put there, guys, is just going to be first class. They've obviously trained in Tempe a long time. And, listen, those report card grades, we've talked about it for a while. They've received Fs and Ds for the facilities. They've made upgrades,
it was built in 88,
yeah,
right?
It's an old building, and they've made upgrades over the last decade, but clearly kind of behind the NFL standard, right? A lot of these other teams have these Taj Mahals of practice facilities. Now the Cardinals will finally have something of theirs. And listen, as you see, that practice facility is only going to sit on a small piece of the land. As always, thanks for choosing us. Thank you for watching the Olympics right here on 12 News. You are looking live at Milan. These Olympic Games, believe it or not, coming to an end. What a fun couple of weeks it has been. Closing ceremony, by the way, is on Sunday. I'm Cameron Cox. What a hockey game we just watched right here on 12 News. Arizona Valley boys leading the way for Team USA. Listen, it was never going to be easy for Team USA against Sweden. The games we watched today all were that indication. Overtime came at no surprise. Canada scored a late goal to survive at OT. Finland scored 2 goals late against underdog Switzerland to force more hockey. Americans, you just watch, beat Sweden. They're going to advance to the semis. Brady Tkachuk and Team USA led 1-0 after 2 periods. Thanks to this goal from Dylan Larkin. Watch that. Just finish it off what he started. You kidding me? Man, that got people going. What a beautiful play. USA all kinds of fired up. But with less than 2 minutes to go, Sweden, like, come on, man. Ties the game. It was just a perfect game by Team USA at that point. We go to 3-on-3 overtime. Sudden death at OT. Quinn Hughes finds the back of the net. Team USA wins a thriller 2-1, and we'll play Slovakia on Friday night right here on 12 News at 1 p.m. in the semis. Hey, earlier in these Olympics, we caught up with the Arizona boys playing for Team USA.
Yeah, we're trying to have as much fun as we can with, not taking away from the ultimate goal, and that's, taking care of business and doing the best we can and ultimately winning here. But we are loving the whole village life. We're loving the whole Olympic experience. But for this to be our first one, we're trying to take everything in, trading pins. I'm way ahead of him right now, but we're having so much fun, meeting so many great people from other countries, the U.S., everybody in the U.S. in our village, like the speed skaters, short track, figure skating, ice dance. We're meeting them all. We're hanging out with them all, playing cards. It's been a great time.
That'll do it for us. Thank you so much for watching 12 Sports tonight on 12+. Same time, same place next Thursday, right? Don't forget to get the best sports coverage in town right here on Arizona Sports Station. Morning, noon, and night on 12 News. And if you miss us, don't worry. Head over to 12news.com, 12 News YouTube page. We're right here on the 12+ app for your TV. I'm Cameron Cox. We'll see you back here Sunday night at 10:30 on 12 Sports Tonight.